Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play the Misadventures of Tron Bonne. Last time we went on our first dig out with the Servbots, them being so adorable as to almost giving our treasure to someone else. Oh, they would have been punished for that. Anyway, off screen I ended up doing a lot of training actually, as you can see, and some Servbots ended up getting their special skills. Which ones in particular? Well, I ended up getting the bazooka skill. For number 2, to get a bazooka skill, you have to have attack and brains at 4. Brains was easy to get up. I got attack up because I got an attack cube during the time in which my Servbots were scouting. Those are probably the rarest of the cubes to get. I also got a speed cube, which allowed me to get number 3's hidden skill, which is to get his speed up to 4, which is rapid. I ended up getting slings for number 4, which is to just get brains up to 4. I got slings for number 6 as well, so I got his brains up to 4. I used some of the brain cubes for some of these, so keep that in mind. But for pretty much, that just raises it by 1 and it just saved me some time. I ended up getting, I believe, 1 more skill as well. Did I? Or were those all the skills I got? Looks like those were all the skills I got. Alright, before we begin, we're going to be doing a couple of things. So we're going to make a stop by the lab first, because we need to make ourselves the Bonne Bazooka. So let's develop, and here's what we can use to develop to bring down the development costs. I ended up getting the horseshoe from basically doing some scouting as well. That's where you can get a lot of these, but we're going to be using 2 of the tires, and we're going to be using 1 of the riot shields, and we're going to use our 1 horseshoe, which gets you a lot off, and we have made the Bonne Bazooka. So, we now have the Bonne Bazooka, so now let us continue on. We're going to go back over to storage now. I have some items that I need to actually sell because one of these Servbots brought back some fish and curry. You know, all the normal stuff. And I wanted to save some of it for when I'm selling it. I don't need a shell anymore. Don't need a lunchbox from way back in Mission 2. And there we go. I ended up having to stop myself from getting too far because the moment you get to 1 million zenny, you end up instantly going back to pay the debt. So this might be cut into a 2-part. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk to number 4 right now, and he's going to try and tell us his poem. Do you know what this is, Miss Tron? Is it a diary? Is it supposed to be a poem? I'm busy, talk to me later. Is it supposed to be a poem? I knew you'd know it's a poem. I like poems. Do you like them too, Miss Tron? Here, take this. You can use it to write your own poems. And we get the poetry book. Thank you, number 4. But, if I were you, I'd keep my day job. Know what I mean? Oh. Well then. Just crushed that little Servbot's dreams right there. Wow. I feel bad now. But it's a good thing we talked with him, because as I look at everyone, I can see it all so clearly. Everyone's talents, everyone's skills. If only I could share this with you somehow, Miss Tron. Well, you can, my ever so lovely 39, because have a poetry book. A Servbot's life is a hard one, but it is also one of fun. Rain, sun, no matter the weather, 40 Servbots all work and play together. This is it! This is what I needed! I can use poetry to express what I feel! And 39's gained his special skill of poetry! If you want to ask about my brothers... If you want to know about my brothers, ask me! I'm sure I'll be of great service. I'm not really sure what just happened, but I'll be sure to talk to you. Yes! What does that mean? Miss Tron, listen to my new poem. 8 is looking for a part. For the Gustav, an item. Yes, he is smart. Hurry and give it to him. Yes, so he's looking for something to which he could end up getting his special skill. This is how all of these work. Pretty much you just constantly talk to 39. Let's try and listen to my new poem. 13 seeks might. Low and high he searches, looking for a fight. That is to tell you that 13 has a special skill that's involved with fighting, which means he needs to get his attack rating up. Number 13 is also going to be another one of the bazookas. So, let's talk to him again. 15 seeks speed to fight and fight. This is his need. This is his right. So 15 wants speed, which means you will need to go and train 15 based on his speed. You just continue with that until you figure out all of them, and that's all you need to do. Now, before we go out, I think I also still need to set out my serve bots for scouting. So we're going to be putting out one of our slingsmen. We're going to go send him to Casino City. Now, what I'm searching for, the reason why I constantly send out serve bots, not just to get items and possibly attack cubes, I am also attempting to find something. There is something that you can get specifically from scouting that can be very beneficial for you. What it will do is it will decrease the amount it costs for you to basically develop things. And there's something that is going to be a whopping 1 million zenny to develop. So I'm searching for that item. It's random to get when scouting, but when you get it, it is good. But without further ado, we're now going to start up with our mission, because I think I have, wasted enough time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to finish up with our last of the missions that we have here, the Nakai Ruins. This is probably going to be a two-parter with me cutting in between at some point, because the moment I end up getting the treasure from the Nakai Ruins, which is Dianna's tier, that is worth 1 million zenny automatically, and you will automatically go to pay off Mr. Loaf. But for right now, to continue with what we need to do, we aren't going to use the search cannon. We're not going to use our Gatling gun. We're going to use the Bonne bazooka. One thing I really don't like is the fact that the weapons aren't colored to our actual, robot, but don't worry. But we're going to stick with number 1 as our sniper. We're going to keep number 17 on there because he's going to unlock his skill once he gets his brains to 4, which I believe is another slings member. So there's a lot of slings, I will admit. So first off, let's grab number 17. I need to get number 18 because 18 is going to be another bazooka person, which is... The bazooka ones are the ones that I have the hardest time with. Through what I mean is the bazooka people are difficult because you have to basically get everything to such a high degree. I'm going to let one of these two. I'm going to let number 39 get a little bit lazy so that I can show off the torture room in the future. I suppose I could do it to 16, actually. So, guess what, 39? You have now been arousingly selected to be part of my crew. You might notice I'm not choosing ones that are based off attack, despite the fact that it would be a lot easier if I were to. But that's because I don't want to do that, really. And just to show it off, we're going to bring out one of our bazooka men. So there we go. And now we're going to do the mission. Now, I don't really need any of the serve bots with me to attack the Reaver bots, because with bazooka, slings, rapid, which is another one, they will, and grenade, they will pretty much attack with bombs and specialized bombs instead of just holding a Reaver bot in place. However, with the Bonne bazooka, that's not really necessary, because, ladies and gentlemen, the Bonne bazooka is pretty much the most powerful weapon in this game. If you have a serve bot that has an attack of 4, this thing will destroy everything. For example, one hit kills these guys. That's how powerful this thing is. This thing wrecks everything. And for good reason. I mean, this thing's necessary in order to open up walls. So, you might remember that we have different areas inside here that we have to go to. So, for one, we have to go over this way because we have to go to the door that's over there. So, let's keep going forward. Now, while this does a lot of damage, don't think that means you can be lax inside the ruins, because the deeper we're going in, the more we're going to have to deal with. And these guys here still take 4 bazooka shots. This is our most powerful weapon in this game, and while my attack rating is at max, it's still 3. So I'm still pretty strong. The only thing I'm really not a fan of, though, I will admit, about the special weapons in this game, is the fact that you lose your actual hand and your regular buster. I mean, it makes sense because the Gustav needs to have one arm that could probably lift things up. But what I really wish was this would go on my right hand, and then I can still have my buster like how I do with actual Mega Man inside the ruins. I mean, he finds a way to open up the chests. What I'm going to assume he does is he probably just kicks open the chest, but I mean, that's still something. Right? And I went into the wrong area. I just realized that. 2, 3, 4. There we go. And it's killed them both. And I realized I went into the wrong area. Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to get money, seeing as how I'm going to be getting the remaining stuff for my development items inside the Nakai Ruins as well. So this is going to be now that I think about it, probably a 3-parter. If I'm not fast enough, because, oh boy, the Nakai ruins. They can be very big. And the thing is, everything respawns inside the Nakai ruins, so you can constantly come back to get Zenny. If you want, you can simply just keep playing this mission over and over again in order to get your 1 million Zenny. I mean, on a normal run of me just going through everything around here without me going... With me just going into every little room without me having the Bonne Bazooka, I get 200,000 Zenny a visit. And I get the possibility of some of my Servbots ratings to increase, because it turns out it's 3 to 4 of the rooms of the little holes they have to search in order for their brains to go up. I was close. It seems to vary based on Servbot. If you don't like that and you want something puzzling based, well, then you could simply just do the puzzle missions constantly. I mean, there's 2 sets of puzzle missions that are inside this game alone. If you want to do the action stages or the RPGs, you can just do the dig outs. Misadventures of Tron Bonne gives you the opportunity to do whatever style of play you want. Of course, in my case, since I'm doing everything, I kind of am limited to, well, nothing, because I am doing everything. Alright, grab all those. Now, I'm also going to kill the antlion, because why not? I'm just 1 room away from the antlion. But one thing I also hate about the Bonne Bazooka is how short range it is. Wait. Was there a yellow one? I didn't see a yellow one. But blow open the walls right here, and here we have a new area. So let's open up this chest right here. Come, my Servbots. And inside, Miss Tron, we found an attack cube. Perfect. That is going to be going to number 18, who I can't train just yet, because for some odd reason, in the early part of the game, you're only limited to Servbots 1 and 2. The moment you end up paying Mr. Loth's debt, you will be able to train every single one. And I'm going to be doing that so that I can get the other attack rating fully up for number 18, so he gets a bazooka skill. Because having bazooka skill Servbots really helps out. So does having another type, which is known as grenades, which, now that I think about it, I think that might be what number 15 might be. He might be a grenade skill. Alright, so there we go. That's everything right here. So now we're going to go on forward, and we're going to go on with the actual ruins itself. So I'm going to cut back to when I get to the main room, because this takes a while.